Beats by Nevs.
Grab any T outliner and create your first guideline. This is going to be a mid drop fade, being a mid fade from the sides, being dropped towards the back for volume. Grab your number 1 clip with the level all the way closed. We're putting this video in slow motion so you can have an idea on your space on how big it should be. Getting this ready for clipper over comb on our next step. We're gonna go ahead and do clipper over comb. We're putting the video in slow motion so you can understand how we're tilting the comb. Right now we're going sideways, and we're still using the number 1 clip with the level all the way closed. What that is gonna do is gonna go ahead and help you out in a sense. When you pass the machine, you won't take off too much bulk. So now that we eliminated a lot of steps using clip over comb, you're gonna grab your machine with the level all the way closed, it being a 0, passing the T outliner line about a little bit, just not so much, okay, because we're gonna move it to the 2nd notch and go slightly a little bit higher. I put it in slow motion so you can understand how high we're going. And our 3rd step, we're gonna put the level all the way up, but 1 notch underneath all the way up, and you're gonna go slightly up. So what that's gonna do is gonna go ahead and prepare it so when you grab your half clip with the level open, okay, so this half clip with the level open equals into a number 1, and remember our baseline was a number 1, so it's gonna blend in no problem. Now the steps which we're gonna use this clip with is gonna be with the level all the way open, middle, and close. By the time you close that clip, it's gonna complement your previous step that we hit without a clip. So you want to make sure you pass it all the way open. Make sure that when you pass it open, make sure that you're conscious on knowing that it's not erasing the line, but it's buffing it out. It's making it lighter and lighter. It's gonna get erased when you adjust it all the way close. But yeah, go ahead and pass it all the way open, middle, and close. Take your time and make sure everything's accurate. Moving towards the lineup, make sure you make a straight line in the middle and you follow up going towards that side that you choose to go to. Usually we choose the side that's slightly naturally higher. You want to start with that side first and make sure that everything's natural, and take your time as you do all this. You don't want to push anybody back. So right here we're pretty much just following up with the back. We're doing the same steps. Our last step, which was our half clip, once again that's level all the way open, middle, and close. Now if for whatever reason you felt comfortable starting level all the way close, middle, and open, you could go ahead and do that too. Just be cautious on how high you go. Now as you can see right here with our white clip, our 1.5 clip, we have it close and we might open it all the way up, But the reason why we're using this white clip, because if for whatever reason you messed up with the comb, or you just couldn't get something with the comb, you can always come back with the white clip, which is your 1.5, and come back with clipper over comb so you could detail the sides, whatever was left behind. Grab your electric shaver and stop slightly underneath wherever you set your first guideline with your T outliner. You want to go ahead and stop slightly underneath that, and to eliminate that balding line that you're creating right now, you're going to go ahead and tap it exactly where the balding line is at, where you stopped, and start tapping down. You want to tap the line and drag it down. What that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and eliminate the balding line. And you want to make sure you take your time as you do this, so you won't create a line, and don't go higher than what I just mentioned, because you're going to create a new line. So this is our shaving gel easy blade. You want to go ahead and grab a little bit, because we're just going to do the lineup, and we want to make sure that we see everything that we shave, which is why we're using a clear shaving gel. So just go ahead and take your time on the shape up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish the back side. As you notice with the T outliner, the way we set our guideline was pretty low on the back. Why? Because we want to give the customer volume on the back. The transition, we want it to be dark but faded, but some type of volume towards the back so it won't look flat. So as you notice, we're doing the same steps. Okay, so our first guideline was our T outliner, and then our second guideline was our number 1 with the level close. We gave ourselves 1 inch space. Our third step is eliminating that line with the clip over comb, as you see right now, which we still have the 1 clip on the machine as we do clip over comb. What that's gonna do is gonna go ahead and help you out in a sense where you won't take off more than what you should. So now that we did our clip over comb, you can go ahead and grab your 1 clip with the level open and pretty much buff out the line that was in between the comb and the number 1. We're still doing clip over comb right here. You want to go ahead and follow up the back of the head. After that, it's going to be very easy for you to blend it out with 1 open, and then you put the level in the middle, and then slightly close if you have to.
Made by beatsbynevs.
Now after this, if there's still any slight bulk, you can always go ahead and start off with your white clip all the way open, middle, and close, and that will definitely take off any type of bulk. Now to take off the top bulk that we left off when we did clip over comb, you want to take off the clip, put your level all the way open, and I put it in slow motion so you can see how we're tilting the comb. So just go ahead and pay attention to the comb and how we have it tilted, and we're going from up to down, leaving a long to short style. Now to finish this last step, we're gonna blend into the number 1 with the level all the way close, then putting the level in the middle, and then putting the level all the way up 1 notch slightly underneath all the way up. That's gonna get it ready for when you hit it with the next clip, which is gonna be your half clip, which is definitely gonna blend into the number 1 because the half clip open is the number 1. So you're gonna start off open, middle. By the time you bring it to the middle, it's gonna start buffing out pretty much everything, but don't get lost. And then you put the level all the way close, and that's definitely gonna complement your last size, and that will blend in to the number 1. So at this point you eliminated a lot of steps and you're pretty much done with the fade, and you can move on to the edge up. Moving on to the beard, you want to make sure you blend the same way you blend it down. You could go ahead and start with the level open, middle, and close, and then without the number 1 clip, level open, middle, and close. If you have to use a half clip, you could go ahead and use it open, middle, and close. So what this is gonna do is gonna give a transition from the beard to the haircut. So this part is very important. So this is a China marker. You could go ahead and buy it at Staples. What this is gonna do is gonna go ahead and guide you, so you could do the perfect beard, and it's an enhancement at the same time. As you can see, we outline it where we're gonna stop, and this is gonna help you out. So when you shave with your blade, you leave a perfect outline without messing up, in a sense. And you can also apply the big end on top of it. We're gonna go ahead and use our shaving gel, which is Easy Blade. As you can see, we didn't apply so much for the simple fact that a little goes a long way, and at the same time you don't want so much as you're outlining. As you can see, when we outline, it leaves a really crispy transition. And when you want to apply a permanent enhancement like Beijing, you could go ahead and apply it on top of the China marker, and it'll work perfect. I want to thank everybody that watched the video, the tutorial, and if you guys want to go ahead and follow me and Flair the Barber, you could go ahead and follow Flair at Flair the Barber, and you could go ahead and follow me at Busco 5150 Cuts. Solid love right here. We'll follow back. If you guys need any help, go ahead and send us a DM and we'll DM you guys back. Peace out.